Again, PMT, who would have thought that PMT is mercury toxicity? Or shall we say predominantly mercury toxicity? Because I have come across quite a lot of ladies who had PMT before the amalgam removal, and they surprised me by saying that the PMT is gone. Almost everyone who had PMT.
Except that if it affects your central nervous system, it just must unbalance everything.
Well, it affects every part of your body, to be exact, because it goes everywhere. And you had irregular periods as well, yeah? And now how are your periods? Are they regular?
Yes, they are. They are much more predictable.
Well, I mean, again,
every 26 days.
So
sometimes it's within a day. It used to be, it was swinging, so that it was. I used to be 28 days bang on, down to an hour, and then it got so that it was 6 days either way. I just couldn't tell. I'm now down to sort of within a day or so.
So to an observer, it would mean that the mercury was affecting your endocrine glands.
So it's the only conclusion I can come to. Yeah.
Any other reason for the lifting of the PMT or the lifting of these symptoms we've talked about, other than the amalgam removal?
Well, in combination with acupuncture with Amy, yes, definitely. I'm sure what.
But
she
you had
does
acupuncture
helps.
before you had the amalgam removal?
Yes, I had just the one session. I mean, I've only seen Amy once in 6 months. But it does help. It's definitely something that works very well with the treatment that you do.
Yeah. And you had short-term memory problems?
Oh, I had every kind of memory problem. I couldn't remember anything.
How is your tummy? How was it before we removed the amalgam, and how is it now? You had bowel problems?
I am more regular, but I'm more conscious of it. So I full of balls.
Were you bloated at all?
Yes, and that's much better.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Bloatedness would have something to do with food intolerances. Did you have any food intolerance?
Nothing diagnosed, but I suspect if I eat less wheat and dairy, not so much the dairy, more the wheat, I think.
Yes. Again, almost 90% of patients who are mercury toxic develop wheat intolerance. One of them is me. I was extremely wheat. I was probably one of the most wheat intolerance persons I've ever come across, and that goes. I never thought I would lose my wheat intolerance, and I did. And the bloatedness now is better, yeah? How much better? Percentage? Give it a percentage. A guesstimate.
I don't know. It's difficult because I still get a little bit of bloat. If I do have some bread, I don't know whether the intolerance is gone, because if I have some bread, I will become more bloated, and around about the time of my period, I will. But
it's better to avoid it for.
I was, constantly. It wasn't just around here. It was just I felt everywhere. Up. So that's like I don't know.
Did you have any nail problems? Your nails?
Yeah, my nails are stronger. They used to split down, and they don't. My skin is so much better as well, all over.
Your skin? What was happening with your skin?
My skin on my face was very red. And blotchy, but quite a lot of broken veins around about here. Yeah,
the redness was due to capillary damage, wasn't it? And now you have the pinky glow, the healthy pinky glow.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, my skin's smoother as well.
Softer, yeah. That happens all the time. Did you have any other problems?
No, I've got to work on my renewed memory.
Did it affect your hair? You didn't tell me anything about your hair.
Well, I think I excrete a lot through my head. And so only in maybe the last 6 weeks, 2 months, I've noticed my hair's got a lot more bounce to it.
A lot more?
Bounce, and I wonder if that's because it took a long time for the mercury to come out, so I just wonder if that's the excretion process is nearing its end.
Okay. You're giving me this interview as part of our attempts to bring this major problem to the surface and getting people to do something about it. You have a message to the government and to the profession of dentistry and to the world as a whole as regards to the amalgam problem?
I think they should tell the truth, no matter how difficult and painful that is. I think it's time that when they say that a woman who's pregnant shouldn't have amalgam work. That's all we need to know. You know, it's not just pregnant women, it affects everybody. It affects, I don't know if it can affect...
You don't have to be pregnant to be affected by the amalgam.
It's not, we know, it's proved, the government admits that it affects the unborn child. It also affects the mother, it affects anyone who's got it in their mouth. It can't not... Dentists themselves are more prone to Alzheimer's, and you know, they say that it's perfectly safe because it's in a compound, and yet we're told that something that might have a certain amount of mercury to begin with when it's put in has like 10% when it's taken out. Where's it gone? It's gone in us. We know that mercury is toxic. What? We shouldn't be doing it. Scandinavian countries have had the nerve to face this, and they have banned them. They're not known for their stupidity. We should do the same. It's just not right, no matter how much it costs. And what it would save in National Health Service and on other treatments, I mean, the implications of this are massive. Massive.
One of the fears, I presume, of the of the government, of people like you and me speaking out about this, is that it will cost the government a huge amount of money to have this amalgam removed from people's teeth. I reckon that it will actually save money through saving the queues on the National Service and cutting down on absenteeism because of things like headaches and migraine and tiredness and all the other symptoms that we've talked about.
Yeah.
What do you say about that?
I think it might seem scary, but it is. Governments are supposed to think in the long term, aren't they? They're not supposed to think short term. In the long term, it is going to save not just money, but people's lives, people's experience of their lives. You know, because as a journalist on women's magazines, I spent years, every week, several times a week, people coming to me with these stories about, you know, I'm tired all the time, I'm tired all the time.
Oh.
Nobody seems to know what the answer is. And I'm thinking, all these people have got mercury amalgams, and if they didn't, maybe they wouldn't be. I don't know how big this is. It could affect everyone. Why shouldn't it?
I saw a patient a short while ago. He himself was an osteopath, and he had about 17 amalgam fillings in his mouth, and he reported absolutely no symptoms. He was not aware of anything at all wrong with him. And he came because he is health conscious, and he thought, well, if mercury is a poison, well, then why have it in my mouth? I want it out, in case it causes problems in the future. I removed his amalgam on the Monday. On the Wednesday, he phoned and said, what did you do to me? I feel I'm flying. I feel I'm so light on my feet that I'm flying, and I'm feeling good. I'm happy. Now that is a person who had no symptoms or was not aware of any symptoms.
Yeah.
So how about the others?
Yeah.
Of course, people vary in their.
Yes, I'm sure that's true. Some people say, "Oh, there was nothing wrong with you. I'm sure you'll be fine." But I know, I'm in absolutely no doubt that it affected me, and what a difference it's made to my life. Maybe it's prevented some kind of major illness, but the quality of my day-to-day life is immeasurably better, and therefore, for my family, they have the real me back. It's completely different.
I'm so happy to hear that. And I thank you very much for giving this interview, and for viewers who see you, dear viewers, this is not Princess Diana. She is a better looking version of her. Well, thank you very much.